Crews searching Lake Michigan at Montrose Harbor amid reports of missing person. CHSAJO WLS. A search is underway at Montrose Harbor on Chicago's north side on Sunday night. There are reports that a person is missing in Lake Michigan. Video shows Chicago Fire Department personnel and other first responders on the scene around 10 p.m. A helicopter is also being used to search the water. What led up to the person's apparent disappearance was not immediately clear. Authorities did not immediately provide further information. A morning turned tragic on the lakeshore. What began as an ordinary summer morning at Montrose Harbor quickly spiraled into a scene of tension, urgency, and heartbreak. The calm lapping of Lake Michigan's waves was interrupted by the blaring of sirens, the whirl of helicopter blades, and the distant, frantic shouts of search teams scanning the water's surface. At approximately 7:35 a.m. today, emergency crews were dispatched to Montrose Harbor on Chicago's north side after a call to 911 reported a possible drowning. Witnesses claim they saw a person struggle in the lake before vanishing beneath the surface. As of this writing, search and rescue efforts remain ongoing, with no confirmation of a recovery. Eyewitness reports paint a chilling picture. "I heard someone screaming for help," said 54-year-old Eddie Ramos, a fisherman who visits Montrose Harbor daily. "I turned around and saw someone flailing their arms, just out there, past the rocks. Before I could throw my line out or call anyone, they went under." Another bystander, jogger Danielle Howard, described a similar scene. "It was just a few seconds. One minute I'm running past the pier, the next I hear a splash, and someone's yelling help. Then silence. It was like they vanished into thin air." Multiple witnesses described the person as appearing to be in their 20s or 30s, possibly male, though no one was able to provide a clear description or confirm whether the person had jumped involuntarily or accidentally fallen. Chicago Fire Department responds within minutes. The Chicago Fire Department's Marine Unit was quick to mobilize. CFD spokesman Larry Langford issued a statement to media on the scene. "At approximately 7:35 this morning, we received multiple calls regarding a possible person in the water near Montrose Harbor. Our dive team responded within minutes. We have boats and divers actively searching the area. This is still considered a rescue operation." Crews were seen setting up a staging area near the harbor's edge as divers in full gear entered the water. Drones were also deployed, scanning the lake's surface and nearby breakwalls for any sign of movement or clothing. Langford added, "Time is critical in these situations. We are doing everything we can to find this individual." Social media buzzes with theories and concern. As news of the possible drowning began circulating, local residents and beachgoers started posting to social media. On X, formerly Twitter, the hashtag Montrose Harbor began trending in Chicago. One tweet read, "Helicopters over Montrose and emergency crews everywhere. Something bad happened by the water this morning. Praying for whoever's out there. #Montrose Harbor." Another user posted a photo of fire department boats scanning the water. CFD and CPD out in full force at Montrose. Someone might have drowned. Hoping it's not too late. #Lake Michigan. Rumors also began spreading, some claiming a swimmer had been swept away by an undertow, others speculating about a dare gone wrong, or even a mental health crisis. But as of yet, officials have not released any confirmed information about the identity of the missing person or the circumstances that led them into the water. Family of missing person may have been identified. Around 9:15 a.m., a visibly distraught woman arrived at the scene, escorted by police. She was later seen sitting on a bench, holding her face in her hands as a chaplain and officer spoke with her quietly. Though police declined to confirm her identity, a source close to the scene revealed that she may be the sister of the individual believed to be in the water. She reportedly told authorities her 27-year-old brother had come to the lake early that morning to clear his head after an argument the night before. Apparently, he was going through a rough patch. Job loss, relationship issues, the source said. She said he'd come to Montrose a lot to think. She got worried when he didn't answer texts this morning and saw police activity on murky water and deceptive currents. Montrose Harbor, while a popular destination for boating and scenic walks, is no stranger to tragic accidents. The waters of Lake Michigan can be deceptively dangerous. Even on a clear day, strong currents and underwater hazards can make rescue efforts incredibly challenging. Dive team leader Lieutenant Marcus Felden explained, visibility is poor. Between the algae, rocks, and debris on the lakebed, finding a single person, even if they're within a 20-foot radius, is extremely difficult. We're using sonar and coordinating with CPD's marine unit to cover as much ground as possible. At one point, a diver emerged from the lake shaking his head solemnly before switching positions with another team member. The operation appeared organized but heavy with emotion. Every passing minute deepened the sense of urgency. Past incidents echo the danger. This is not the first time Montrose Harbor has been the site of tragedy. In August of last year, a 19-year-old college student drowned after jumping from the rocks with friends. In that incident, it took divers nearly 2 hours to recover his body. People underestimate this lake, said Officer Raymond DeJasis of CPD's Lakefront Patrol. It's beautiful, but it can be brutal. The water is cold, the rocks are slippery, and even good swimmers can get caught off guard. Community members show support and frustration. As crowds gathered along the harbor's edge, a mix of emotions became palpable. Some sat quietly, hoping for a miracle. Others cried openly. A few voiced frustrations. "Why aren't there more warning signs here?" asked Elizabeth Knox, a mother of 3 who frequently brings her children to the area. "You see kids climbing on those rocks all the time. It's dangerous. We need more safety patrols, more barriers." Others came bearing bottled water, granola bars, and coffee for the rescue workers and family members. One man knelt on the grass, whispering a prayer. "Lord, if that soul is still out there, bring them back. If they're already with you, give their family peace." Search efforts continue into the afternoon. By 12:30 p.m., CFD had expanded its perimeter further north and south along the lakefront. A second helicopter joined the aerial search while sonar scans of the lakebed intensified. Still, no sign of the missing person. As temperatures climbed, rescue teams rotated between shifts to avoid exhaustion. Several city officials also arrived to monitor the situation, including Alderman Angela Torres of the 46th Ward, who spoke briefly with reporters. "This is a deeply emotional moment for our community," Torres said. "Our hearts are with the family, and we thank our first responders for their tireless efforts." Authorities request public's help. In a press briefing held at 1:15 p.m., CFD and CPD jointly asked for the public's help. If anyone was at Montrose Harbor between 6 o'clock and 7:30 a.m. and saw anything unusual, we ask that you come forward, said CPD Commander Irene Gallagher. Photos, videos, anything that might help us establish a timeline could be vital. She added that the incident was not currently being treated as criminal, but emphasized the importance of leaving no stone unturned. The personal toll, one family's agony. By early afternoon, the woman believed to be the missing person's sister was joined by their mother, who collapsed upon hearing no new updates from the dive team. Paramedics assisted her, offering water and emotional support. "This is every parent's worst nightmare," said a bystander quietly. Waiting, watching, hoping. It's unbearable. Another relative could be seen clutching a worn backpack, reportedly belonging to the missing individual. It had been found near the edge of the rocks with a cell phone and wallet inside. Confirmation that the person had likely not intended to go far from the water's edge. Hope fades, but the search goes on. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, casting shimmering reflections across Lake Michigan, the tone at Montrose Harbor shifted from urgent hope to somber endurance. Crews were preparing underwater lighting and thermal imaging gear to continue the search after sunset. "We're not giving up," Lieutenant Felden said. "We've worked through the night before, and we'll do it again." A city waits together. While the identity of the missing individual has not been officially confirmed, the story has already gripped the hearts of Chicagoans citywide. As people gather near their TVs and phones for updates, there's a shared sense of helplessness and empathy. "This could be anyone's brother, anyone's friend," one volunteer said while handing out coffee. "And until there's closure, we stand here together." For now, the waves at Montrose Harbor keep rolling. Search crews remain focused. Families hold hands and strangers offer comfort. And a city waits, united in the hope that someone, somehow, might still be found.